Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome again into another edition to the CVCC Coach Show here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And I am with the head softball coach, Coach Steve Osteen. Coach, thank you so much for joining us. All right, Coach, you got two big-time wins last Saturday. My guy, Robert Edmonds, was there on the call for that. I saw him do the interview with you after the games. What did that mean for your program to beat Tulsa, Alabama, and sweep them in that doubleheader?
It was two big wins for the girls. We've been playing good ball. Finally, we had pitching and hitting come together at the same time. They had two big days at the plate, 4 home runs on the day. Laura Lee Bennett had 2 of them. Kids have been hitting the ball well all year long, and hopefully we can just cut out some of the routine errors now that we're here in conference and still trying to get well. We're down to probably 12 right now that's able to play. We just had one that's just been cleared to come back. So if we keep hitting the ball to keep getting well and we kind of get through the last month of conference here.
Yeah, and that's the main thing. Don't look at the overall record, look at the conference record. You're right where you want to be, Coach, but you just made mention scoring runs has not been a problem for your team this year. It's keeping the other team off the scoreboard as much. So what are some of the things you've been working on in practice? You talked about the errors and stuff like that. Is there anything else you've been emphasizing to the girls? Hey, when we get a lead, let's hold on to it. We can score with the best of them.
We've got to just try to get them more relaxed. As like I said, when you've had a number of injuries we've had this year, the kids who can hit can still hit. But several kids have had to play out of position and play positions they're not normally accustomed to playing. So it's just a matter of staying relaxed and trying to get adjusted to different places on the field and try to be more comfortable there and just make the routine plays.
Whitley Harden, your freshman.
Yes.
And she leads the team in batting average at .435 right now. She's second on the team in hits. Talk about the sensational year she's having coming on strong.
Whitley's definitely having the season of her life.
Yeah.
Everything she hits seems to find a hole. She's got a good bat. She's going to put it in place. She's going to make contact. She's got a little power. I think she's got 1 home run on the year, along with a high batting average, high on base percentage, and great local prospect. She's from right here in Phoenix City, from Glenwood.
Coach, what's your message for the girls this week to come out strong here today? Game start at 2 and 4. What do you want to see from your girls to get 2 big-time conference games here today?
We just keep hitting the ball like we've been hitting. Luckily, we're strong all the way through the batting order. It's not just 1 or 2 big sticks that's getting the run production for us. So if we just keep hitting the ball like we've been hitting, pitching's doing very well. And because we've said over and over again, if we'll make the routine plays behind them, stay relaxed, enjoy what we're doing, and I think we're going to finish out with conference here with some productive results.
Bevel Spate is who you play today, and then you got to begin on Saturday, Coach. But let's go back to Mackenzie Childs. I feel like she's been the MVP of the team, and she definitely should be in consideration for All-State. I think we should have a cry almost every time we do a show about how sensational she's been. And I'm hoping and praying there is a school out there, 4-year school, that is looking for a player like her because she's excellent.
Well, absolutely. Matter of fact, I've been on the phone this week with some other coaches, and we have 2 that'll be going Thursday up to Miles College.
Awesome.
To take a tour, and coach is interested in 2 of the Maddie McGowan and Jada Odom. And we've also got a couple of other schools that are setting up visits for both Childs, McCoy, McGowan, and for Jada Odom.
Awesome.
So all 4 are looking to continue to keep playing, and we do have schools that are interested in all 4. And again, Childs was all conference and all region last year, and is on track to be all conference again this year.
Jada Odom, you made mention of her, your center fielder, who is sensational on the base paths. She's one of the best hitters you got on your team. Talk about the season she's having for you this year too, Coach.
Jada has had 2 phenomenal seasons for us. She came in as kind of a left-handed bunter, average from the left side of the plate. She has picked up her home run power. She hit 2 out last year, 1 being a grand slam. She's already got 1 this year, and she's, matter of fact, the other day against Coastal, in the walk-off, we thought it was out of the ballpark.
Right.
It ends up being a triple, and then she scores on a missed ball at third. So she right now is just tearing the cover off the ball.
Well, Coach, you talked about Maddie McGowan. You got to have some elite pitching, and she's always your go-to. What does it mean to have someone like her in big moments, to rely on her leadership and then her ability to come in big games and deliver for you?
Maddie's just such a competitor. She doesn't necessarily have the speed that's going to just blow it by you, but I think right now she's sitting number 2 in the state in strikeouts, and it's because she's a smart pitcher. She's competitive. She wants the ball under pressure, and she's going to find a way to get outs and then to get strikeouts to get you out of an inning.
I was telling this to someone, and I said it on this Georgia Alabama Sports Live show. I've thoroughly enjoyed broadcasting and calling your softball games, man. Even if the games you lose them, every one of them are entertaining. They're a lot of fun. So please come out. The weather's perfect. Wear a mask if you don't like the pollen. We can't do nothing about the pollen, but the weather's perfect. It's a great facility. Come out here to CVCC, Bevel State, 2 and 4 p.m., Coach. Thank you so much, and good luck today. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we got more here on the CVCC Coaches Show.
Let's go! Woo! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Football time! Set the tone.
Kyle, tie your shoes, tie your shoes.
Yeah, good job. Woo! Yeah!
Grab a Pepsi Wild Cherry and get wild.
Welcome back to the CVCC Coach Show here in the Phoenix Room in Key Hall Gymnasium, and I am with the head baseball coach, Coach Hunter Vick. Coach, thank you as always for joining us here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, it's Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and we are talking now with the coach that has his CVCC Pirates right there in the middle of the pack. I saw when we were talking about y'all on the show on Monday, you're 6-6, you're about 4th or 5th, but here's the thing, Coach. If you are able to take all 4 games against Coastal Alabama this week, they're 10-2. They would be then 10-6. Y'all would be 10-6, and you'd be in first place. So that's how small the margin is between first and 4th place. What's your thought process with your team as we're getting really into crunch time with the conference play? How do you feel about your team as you head into the back half of the season?
I like where we're at. You know, I think our guys have been really putting in the work at practice and preparing themselves, and I think they know that we're here. We're in the middle of it. We're in the meat of it, and this is the time to do something. And I think, you know, we've gotten some guys back that have been hurt here recently, and I think that's helped our guys. So I think we'll have a good push the later half of the season.
All right, Coastal Alabama. They're the best team in the conference. They're 10-2. And by the way, everybody, don't look at the overall record because, Coach, you played one of the toughest non-conference schedules anyone has. Look at the conference records. You're 6-6 and 500. But this is the best team.
Mm-hmm.
What's your message to the team? What's practice been like this week? As you got a 2-game doubleheader on Thursday at Coastal, and then we'll be here on Saturday against Coastal as well. You want to at least win 3 or 4, or the worst split.
Mm-hmm.
What's your message to your team to try to go in against the best team in the conference?
I think the message stays the same. We've faced competition like that before. That's one of the reasons of putting a schedule like that together is having them experience some some good pitching. I think the message would be the same. Just play our style of baseball. Don't worry about the team or the school board. Just play our ball. And I think we'll be in good shape.
Coach, you're taking on, and we were talking about Wallace of Huntsville.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Huntsville?
Hansville.
I don't know why I always get those mixed up, Coach. But last week, you played against the best pitcher in the conference. You win that one 2-0, which I thought is one of the best baseball games I've been a part of. I'm talking about from hitting, strategy, coaching.
Mm-hmm.
You really wanted that game a lot, Coach. You used a bunch of pitching in that game to come through to get that win. But then you end up losing the next game. How do you get your guys to stay focused and to get that stretch? If you can get that 4 or 5 game winning streak here in the middle of the season, Coach, it can really catapult you into the top half. So how do you get your guys motivated to do that?
That's one of the things we've been working on the last couple of weeks is my message to them has been focus, not losing that focus. And, and that's one of the toughest things for baseball, softball, because our days are 8-9 hour days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're getting there playing doubleheaders. So it takes a lot to stay focused. You got to kind of know when to check out, check in, and things like that. So for young kids, it is a learning process. Right. And that's been our message to them is, hey, forget what's happening in game 1. let's put a good product out there and do the same thing we do game one as we do game two. So,
And I understand in JUCO about why you do doubleheaders. With travel, you don't have the resources, you don't want to have to come. But in your opinion, would you prefer, if you're going to have a 4-game set, to maybe have it in 4 different days instead of trying to do doubleheaders? Do you think that hurts or helps your team, or what's your thought on the doubleheaders?
I mean, I don't think you'll find any coach in America that likes doubleheaders. You know what I mean? I think, baseball is made to play 1-9 in a game, but I understand, and for us to get games in, that's kind of what we have to do. And but in the perfect world, yeah, you'd love to just go play 1-9 in a game, but it's always been this way, and the guys are used to it.
Josh McDonald, Justin Velo, those are the top 2 guys on your team. They have been really good. Now, Velo's kind of cooled off a little bit. He got off to a torrid start, man.
Yes.
I'm talking about batting 500 in non-conference. But talk about those 2 guys and your leaders, and when they're on and they're on their best game, that usually leads to you having a victory, Coach.
Yeah, they've both been staples in our lineup all year long. And the biggest thing that we've been trying to adjust is now that we're playing conference, you're starting to get a lot more scout reports out there. Coaches calling other coaches, so they're getting pitched a little different and a little tougher now. And our message to them is we just have to make the adjustments that pitchers are making against us. We can't be, stubborn and say this is the way I'm going to do it. I have to adjust with them. So I think the biggest thing for them struggling a little bit early on is just a lot of scout reports have been out, and they know what to do as far as to get them out. So they just have to be mature and wait on their pitch. And, and I think they've done a good job early on. I think it'll only continue to be well throughout the year.
Gavin Blair, we were just talking about him. He's being recruited by other colleges, 4-year school, which is what your goal is. Just like you, Coach Osteen, Coach Richardson, Coach Scott, y'all want to win, but you want to get those girls or boys to the next level because you only got them for 2 years. Gavin Blair leading the team in wins. Talk about what he's meant as a sophomore leader on the mound.
I can't, say enough good things about Gavin. He's just first class on and off the field. Does the right thing in the classroom, and it's just a good role model for kids. And for anyone looking up for the program, he's just a great role model. But as far as pitching, he's been outstanding. And he, I think his last 3 to 4 outings, he's averaged 10 strikeouts an outing, which is hats off to him. That's impressive. But yes, he's had a lot of calls. A lot of 4-year Division I schools have been reaching out here recently. And I think just his preparation, the way he goes about his business, allows him for that success. So he's been great, and I only see him getting better as the season goes on.
All right, Coach. This is the last week for March, and we're heading into April. I know you've been preaching to your guys. It's a big week for you. So practice-wise, what's the schedule looking like as you head into the games on Thursday and Saturday? What's the schedule like for the rest of the week?
We've been, we inter-squatted yesterday, so some guys that hadn't thrown this past weekend had the opportunity to throw, and our hitters get some live at bats. Today will be kind of a light day. We'll just kind of go get some ground balls, take some batting practice, and just get ready for tomorrow.
Can't wait for it, Coach. And then home game on Saturday. It is going to be here 1 o'clock and 4 p.m. against Coastal Alabama, the #1 team in the conference. Coach, we'll be cheering you on. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we're talking to the man himself who took his team all the way to nationals. It is Coach Joe Richardson and his Lady Pirates here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
My name is Quinteria Perry, and this is my CVCC story. I've graduated from CVCC with my associates in medical assistant, and I received my certification from CVCC. The training that I got from CVC and being prepared to come and do clinicals helped tremendously. I started looking at scholarships, and the Ambassador Scholarship was interesting to me because you did events to earn your scholarship and you meet people. My favorite part about my job is meeting patients every day. They will crack me up every day. They make my day better. I would recommend CVCC to anyone that asks because of the scholarships, the teachers, the small stuff that you can't get at a university. They actually take the time out for each student.
Welcome back to the CVCC Coach Show here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and I'm with the man himself. His name is Joe Richardson, the head girls coach. And Coach, I just want to first start off by saying this. You made the community proud. You made CVCC proud. You and the girls. What a showing. Thank you so much for all the hard work y'all had this year and great job. And I know y'all had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. It was a great experience. It was great for the CVCC, great for our women's program, great for our school. We reached a lot of people. I think it put a lot of people on notice that Chat Valley has good programs all over.
Coach, you won the first game. You're playing the number 3 team. You were winning.
Mm-hmm.
Zai Thompson has a questionable tech given to her for something. And I know we can go on a tangent, Coach,
Right.
but in biggest game of the season, you would think referees would have more thick skin, especially when it comes to stars, and not want them ejected because you're showcasing all JUCO.
Right.
So why would you not want the best players on the court? But you were winning that game. You ended up losing. But, Coach, I want you to talk about the learning experience from it. What are some of the things you feel like your team was maybe lacking a little bit to be able to make a deep run in a tournament like that when you're playing 6 games in 7 days or whatever it is?
That tournament is built for a team full of probably 10 or 12 girls that can play, that can help you put them in. We were down to about 7 after Vick had her injury.
Yep.
And then Zai pretty much stayed in foul trouble the whole tournament. So we were just really proud of them. But you saw people from everywhere. One thing that we did notice that they respect Chat Valley now. And that's what we went out there for. After the games, people from all over would run up to us and tell us how good of a team we had, how well we played, how hard we played. I think that impressed them more than anything. If
Awesome.
You hadn't seen us play and you come see us play, you'll notice that we play very, very hard. And I think that shocked the tournament, that how hard we actually play.
I want you to talk about what this group of girls meant. This is year 2 for you. This is just the beginning of what you can build here. That can be special, Coach. But this group of girls, Zai, Journey, Aaliyah, and the rest of them that bought into your vision. We had 7 or 8 players, Coach. It took you all the way to the national tournament in which you were leading the number 3 team in the country by 12 points. Who knows what could happen if Zai ends up staying in the game. So talk about what this group of girls meant to you and your program.
Well, they were a special group. I mean, even from the day we started recruiting them, a state tournament was our vision. We wanted to win a state tournament. There's been several conference championship regular season banners hanging up, but we wanted to kind of bring the number 1 banner up, and that's just been a goal of ours from day one.
Right.
It started in August. Those girls got up every morning at 6 a.m. and hit that weight room and individuals every morning. So that took a level of toughness, and that's where it started with the toughness and just building their mindset. So this was a very, very good group, very special to me. My first recruiting class here that I actually got to get. And we're looking forward to some more. We had a little workout yesterday with some of the girls that have already signed, and I think it opened up some eyes of even some returners that I better come on with it and get better. So we try to get better.
No doubt about it, Coach. I cannot wait for year number 3 for sure. But I want you to talk about Zai Thompson because she probably won't be donning the CVCC blue and gold, but this girl, what she meant to this for this college. And she's going to go down as one of the greatest that's ever put on the jersey. And we look forward to seeing her at the next level.
Well, she has, from anywhere from the Sun Belt to the OVC. We're starting to put together visits. I think she has one with the Raging Cajuns down there in Louisiana, there in the Sun Belt. She goes to them next week. UT Martin is in just several different schools that I think they'll be really good fits. She's a good player. She'll be the first to tell you that she's grown here at CVCC.
No doubt.
I don't think that she was ready to go to that level right out of high school or right out of Pensacola. But I think her mindset, and she kind of knows and learned what it takes to be a professional, to be a college student.
Now that you've gone to this tournament, Coach, as you start putting your roster together for next year, is depth the biggest thing that you're trying to really focus on in this offseason?
Yeah, you gotta. When you go out there, we played 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
And our girls like Aaliyah Younger, they never came out the game.
Yeah.
3 games in a row. You have no choice but to have some leg issues. But this time, I think if we can stay healthy, and then that's health is across the country. We just seen Juju Watson, one of the best girls in the country, go down the other day, ACL tear.
Yeah.
So it's getting more and more common. But if we can stay healthy, we can bring the girls that we got signed, and we looking at. I think we can make another run at it, and I think this time we'll shackle a few more people and make a deeper run.
Well, I'll tell you this 2024-2025 CVCC Lady Pirates goes down in history as the greatest, especially in terms of accolades in this run. There may be some other talented teams, but no one accomplished what this CVCC team did, and I'm really proud of the girls. Proud of you, Coach. What's the offseason looking like? You talked about you already signed some girls. You still got some roster spots available. What's if there are players out there that want to get in touch with you or want to come and showcase their talents, how can they do that, Coach?
Just email me probably would be the best way. Jonathan.Richardson@cv.edu. We will be having some workouts over the summer and even here recent we're gonna have some more workouts. But we're really honing in on a few little spots. I think shooting and size, of course, would be the two main things. But if a special player comes around, we ain't turning down no talent.
No doubt about it, Coach.
So, but we off season, we give the girls off. They'll be off to after spring break. Let the bodies rest. Let them get away from basketball for a little while, and after they come back, we'll get back in the weight room and get back on some individual stuff. Because even though most of them will be gone to a 4-year, we still want them sharp when they get there.
No doubt, man. And I also want to say shout out, because we said it on Sports Visions, but shout out to Ashley Landy, who helped orchestrate you being able, you and the girls getting out there. You really didn't have to worry about anything, Coach. You just had to worry about showing up and playing games. And you got to have people like that in your corner. So shout out to Ashley Landy. And I want you also to shout out to the rest of your coaching staff that was with you from day one, with 6 o'clock morning workouts, all the way to getting there in Missouri.
And just like we talked about on the coaches show, man, there's nobody that does it alone. If you say you do it alone, you're an idiot. It takes everybody. I mean, the support from the fans, the administration, Coach Jackson, who's my assistant, Coach Steele, who's my assistant. Man, those guys, they're there with me every day. They get in late just like I do, and we get up early. So, it just takes everybody, and it takes a vision. It takes a love for the girls, and we want to see what's best for them, and we want to see them come back with degrees, 4-year degrees, and families and different things like that. We talk about that a lot.
Coach, you're not sneaking up on anyone this next year. I hope you know that. The target's on you. You are the cream of the crop. So now everybody in the conference is looking at you, but I think you like being that top.
That's okay. That's okay. That's all right.
You're still going to be the hunting, aren't you?
Right.
Coach, thank you so much. Congratulations on a great season. And thank y'all so much for watching. We'll see you next time here on the Georgia Alabama Sports Live CVCC Coach Show. And go support the softball program that's playing right now against Bevel State on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Georgia, Alabama. Sports Live will be your go-to for all your favorite high school and collegiate games this fall. From the Carver Tigers to the Columbus Blue Devils, the Harris County Tigers and Northside Patriots, the Glenwood Gators and Calvary Christian Knights, the Pacelli Vikings and Brookstone Cougars, to the Smith Station Panthers and Russell County Warriors. From CVCC, Pirates basketball and baseball, and every tournament from here to Macon. We are the #1 destination for anything happening in East Alabama and West Central Georgia. Be sure to like and follow us on YouTube and Facebook, and stay tuned for even more amazing ways we will be bringing Georgia Alabama Sports Live to you this upcoming season. We can't wait to come see you.